welcome back to Journeys in Time, and welcome if you're new. So I can't believe it is my final video for the A to Z collaboration. This is the final bonus video. This actually should have gone up yesterday before Rachel's finale video. But I had an unfortunate turn of events, lost all the footage of the video that I had made, so I'm re-recording this for you guys. So I do apologise for that, but I really did want to get this out to you because yet again we have some freebies for you. I'm going to go through the freebies very quickly first before we do anything else. So any of you who are in the Rachel Bella, or sorry, the Junk Journal Trading Post with Rachel Bella Crafts Facebook group may have seen that Rhonda Zamora had composed a poem and posted it up there for all of us to enjoy. Well, I reached out to Rhonda. Rhonda's a fabulous subscriber here on my channel and a good friend of mine, if I dare say. And I reached out to Rhonda and asked her could I design a page around her poem, and I asked her if I could give it to you guys as a freebie, and she said yes. So here we have Rhonda's poem all done up, nice and pretty for Christmas, and it is amazing. So this I think would be a fabulous kind of almost like a souvenir of this year's collaboration. I should have actually put the year on it. I didn't think of that till now, but it's still perfect as a journal page for your HC Christmas journal. It does mention some of us by name, like it says here B is for Baubles by Bella in Wales, and over here it says R is for Reindeer and Rudolph's Red Nose, also for lovely Rachel and Rose. So, you know, very sweet, definitely very memorable. It'll be a nice little memory for you. So that is going to be on my Ko-fi page for you, and I love it. I hope you guys love it as much as I do. Rhonda, I hope I did it justice for you. Rhonda has seen a preview of this, so she has given me her approval. So yeah, so that is that one. I love it. I think it's amazing that one of our viewers has contributed like this as well. Absolutely fabulous. Okay, so we do have more freebies. I won't be actually using these in the video today, but I said I would give them to you guys anyway. So we have this wonderful Santa image page, and on the back of that we have beautiful green pattern. So those two will be on Ko-fi. Then we have 2 pages of ephemera. So these ones, I adore seeing old photographs of Christmas. It's a real look into Christmas past when you see an actual photograph as opposed to images, I think. And I love these. They all feature Christmas trees and kids and families and all the rest of that. I love them. So the 4 of those are there for you. And I've given you 2 vintage baubles images as well. This one has a little space up here for some stamping. You could stamp a sentiment up there. So that is fabulous. So that will be in Ko-fi for you guys. And then we have these. I had a lot of images with umbrellas in them when I kind of started gathering images for the letter U in the kit. I couldn't use them all, but I decided I would give you these ones as well, except for this one. This one here with these umbrellas was part of a set of 2 images, and I had to give you the second one. I couldn't not give you the second one. So both of those are there for you. So they're all there for you guys as well in Ko-fi. And last but not least, on the other side of this, we have that same pattern that we had, but done in lovely cool blue tones as well. So you're getting kind of 2 Christmassy vibes there. You're getting the nice cool blues, and you're getting the traditional green as well. So yeah, they're all going to be in Ko-fi for you guys. Hooray, hurrah! Another freebie bonanza. And a word to the wise about the freebies on both my Ko-fi and on Rachel's Ko-fi shops. Any of the freebies that went up for the A to Z Christmas collaboration will be removed on the 15th of December. So if you do want to get them and you've been kind of putting it off, make sure you head over there and get them before the 15th of December, because they will disappear for good. Okay, so that is all of those. And guys, can I just say, this month has been truly just amazing. It really has. We have had such a fantastic response from all of you, and seeing how you've been commenting and liking the videos and supporting all the collaborators that have given time and effort has been just fabulous. It really has been fabulous. It makes everything worthwhile, all the time and the hours that we put into this. It really makes it worthwhile to see you guys enjoying yourselves and kind of taking part and crafting along with us. I've been watching all the makes as well on the Facebook groups, I'm not all caught up with that, I think, but I've been seeing quite a lot of them, and oh my goodness, there are some absolutely amazing makes out there. Some of you have gone and done the same as what was done in the videos and copied it very faithfully and did an amazing job. Others have kind of put their own little twists on it and they've done an amazing job, and other people have gone off and done completely their own thing, and that's perfectly fine too. There's nothing to say that you can't do that, and they have been absolutely amazing too. So all in all, fabulous crafting from you guys. So thank you for all of your support for the collaboration and for supporting our lovely crafters. Okay, so what are we doing today? Well, now, I mentioned at the start of the video that I actually made a video yesterday, had a little bit of a wobble, lost all the footage, and can't get it out to you guys. But I do have the projects here that I made, and we do have one more project to make today as well. So I started out working with scraps. Not all of these are scraps. I'll show you this one first. This is probably the only one that isn't kind of really scraps, I guess. So we have this envelope piece from the kit, and it has the frame in the middle. So I've taken the frame out of it, stuck it down as a pocket, and I put a little card inside so that the image shows through nicely in the window. So you can see one of our little ice skaters there. Isn't she fabulous? And when that comes out, it's got a beautiful pattern behind. Okay, so that was one of the projects that I did. I did use scraps. I mean, this was just one of the collage pages in the kit. I stuck my image down to that, and I used some of the fussy cuts here. This was a scrap just from the cover page. That wasn't even a full page, it was just the actual cover of the kit. And on the back, I've used one of the fussy cuts, and the backing that I had on one of the other pages, that was a scrap as well. So there are some scraps in here, but it's not technically a full scrap piece. That piece in behind here, that's a scrap as well. Okay, so that was one of our makes, and I love that. I love that pattern showing through when that pops out. And I had a little bit of a faux pas with this when I was printing. This page is supposed to be the other way around, but I printed this pattern upside down on it, but I thought it worked okay like that, so I decided to use it like that. Okay, so that's that one. And the next one, this is actually some cardstock that I have in my stash. It is a Christmas pack from Dovecraft, and it's called Winter Blooms. And I love the papers in this pack. I can't remember what I cut these stars out for. I used this paper to cut some stars for a different project. I can't remember what project it was. Maybe you guys will know. Did I do it on camera? I'm not 100% sure. But I had the strip left over with the holes. The holes, for want of a better word, with the stars cut out. So I've just embossed some foiled paper, glued it to the back, and put it down as a side tuck with some lace down the side. So that's that. I know that's not a kit piece, but that's something that I made, so I said I would show you guys. Then on the inside, do you remember Virginie's 3D star? Well, I kind of took that idea and took a little bit of liberty with it, and I used Rachel's lovely heart pockets for the same idea. And it worked out so perfectly. I think it's awesome. I love it. And I have also left these pieces open just as tiny tucks. I won't get a whole lot in there, just some tickets or something like that. So that is just an option for you guys as well, but I think that is fabulous. Love it. And on the back of this piece, and the backing paper here, that is just a paper that I have on my computer, a file I have on my computer. I don't know where I got it, but I really like the grunchiness of it, so I just printed it off and happen to use it here, okay? But you can use any of the backing papers in the kit. There are some lovely ones there, and in the freebies as well. So do you remember, back at the very start of the collaboration, it was the letter C, we were working with Margaret from Seven Plaza, and she was doing a corrugated cardboard project. And she put down some corrugated cardboard, and she put all these lovely baubles down the kind of down along in a cascade almost. But she used the images from the kit, and she was cutting circles from them. So I kept those pieces. I have another one here. So I kept those pieces, okay? I am notorious for keeping every little scrap. If you could see the scraps I have from this kit already, and I haven't gotten around to doing nearly all of the makes yet, and I have all those scraps. So yeah, I kept those pieces as well, and I was kind of playing with what was on my desk, and I came up with, you know, using up these pieces a little bit. So I've taken that piece that had the hole cut in it. I've put some gussets on it. Very simple to do. I won't be using gussets today, so I won't get to show you that, but I've done those in plenty of my videos. I'm sure you guys kind of can go back and look and find some. And I put some acetate in where the hole was, and I had another piece printed, the very same piece printed on cardstock, so I've cut that out and I've done it all up so that it would fit nicely inside there. It just looks like it's that one piece. Looks very seamless. But I put a little tab on here so you can see it does pull out. For a journaling card, I've done some vintage holly on the back with some lovely vintage type red. That is this Harmony Spectrum Noir Bordeaux. That's what that ink is, and I love this ink at Christmas. It's the perfect red for Christmas, I think, for vintage Christmas. So yeah, so that's all I've done there. And behind the window then I have one of Rachel's beautiful images. I can't remember, this may have been from the letter B, but I'm not 100% sure. Okay, so I think that looks wonderful once the card comes out of the pocket as well. It's like a little surprise. Okay, so that is another one of the little projects that I had done on camera for you guys. I'm so sorry you didn't get to see them all. Here we have another strip with more of those stars cut out. It was a shorter strip, so I have backed it with some silver embossed paper and just stuck it down as a belly band. I did kind of almost intend to make a double belly band with another piece behind this, but because both of these papers are so busy, I just wanted to leave it relatively simple. So that is that one, and I think that's all the makes that I had done yesterday. Yeah. Whew, that was a bit of a trip down memory lane from yesterday, and I had all the editing and everything done on the video, you guys, and the whole thing just went kaput. I was so sad, but never mind, here we are. So today's project, we are going to be working with this other piece that I just showed you a second ago from Margaret's project. And this one is the cover of an annual from 1897, and it says St. Nicholas for Young Folks. This comes from the C page, if you're curious. That other one, yeah, that one came from the C pages as well. Okay, Margaret's letter was the letter C, so she was using a lot of those images. So we're going to use this today, and I'm not making a pocket with this one, but I'm going to make a shaker card. So if you've done a project, if you've done Margaret's project and you've cut pieces out, don't throw away your pieces. If you haven't done Margaret's project yet, and you're going to, keep the pieces and you can reuse them for things like this. So I've taken one of the Santa images from, again, the B pages, I think. This is Santa on a bicycle. I think that was one of Rachel's B images. Very, very cute. Thought it was a really fun image. So I'm going to have him in the window like that. Because it's St. Nicholas, I figured a Santa image was kind of a must there. But I'm going to make a shaker with it. Okay, so the first thing I want to do here, I want to get a gold ring around here. I want to heat emboss with some gold embossing powder. So let's get our heat embossing box out. You could also use some stickles or something on this. I like to use my gold embossing powder because I just love how it looks. This is a nice glitter one. I have a glitter one, or I have a solid gold one. I'm just trying to think. I know the glitter would be nice, wouldn't it? Yeah, we'll go with the glitter. It's Christmas. It's Christmas. You could also foil it. You could use a gold paint to do this. I just love using my embossing. So, because I can't get in there, of course, I'm going to use a brush to just brush some of this. It doesn't have to be perfect. I do want some scratch paper under that. This doesn't have to be perfect. I'm just looking for a nice little bling bling effect with the glitter. So I'm just painting my embossing ink around the very edge of this. And I should actually have gone and done this with the embossing pouch, but I always forget that when I'm on camera for some reason. Okay, so that should be good. Get our embossing powder on here, and see how that goes. We can always go around it a second time if we need to, which I probably will looking at that, but no matter. Now my heating tool I have changed the setup for my heat tool and I can't actually bring it up to the desk, so I'm going to be doing that off camera and I'll get straight back to you guys, okay? Yeah, so I've definitely missed a few bits there, so let's go back in with our brush. And I am going to pounce over this with the heating, or with the embossing pad right now, just to make things a little easier for myself. Like so. Just going to take the powder off of that. I'm almost tearing my piece. Be a bit gentle, Rose. Okay, so let's go back in with a second layer of the ink. Try and do it a little bit faster this time. It might not dry out as much. Well, it shouldn't dry out that fast anyway, but of course when you're doing it this way you're only getting the tiniest layer of it on there. And there we have it. So that's going to look pretty around our image, I think anyway. Yep, awesome. Okay, so next thing we need to do is get some acetate on here. Now, I made a bit of a boo-boo earlier on and I went and I got my acetate all prepped and ready to go before doing the heat embossing. So I have it here. It's already got some of the tape on it. I do need to finish getting tape around the edges of my circle here. It's only half there. The rest of it didn't come off properly. So I'm going to get some tape on around here. Now I do want to make sure there's no trace of that powder left here before I put down my tape, because we use that powder to stop sticky stuff. And we don't want it stopping this sticky stuff. Okay. Okay, so I have my acetate here with the sticky on it. I'll just show you that if I can. So I put tape around the edges and I put tape on the paper piece. I put tape around here and it just lifted with the acetate when I lifted it. So I'm just going to lay this back down like so, just making sure none of my tape is showing in the window, and we should be good to go. Okay, that is that. See how it looks? Looks gorgeous. Fabulous. Okay, now the next thing we want to do, I want to back this onto some of this, because this is quite a thick card, okay? And the reason I'm backing this onto this is because I want there to be a little bit of room between my window and my image for my shaker pieces to shake. So the first thing I need to do, I need to cut a hole in this backing piece, the same as the hole that's in this. I'm just going to use a die. I used a die to cut that in the first place, so I'm just going to use the same die. I'm going to get a hole cut out of this and I'll be back. Okay, so I have a hole cut in this piece. Take my die off. I have a little circle that I can use for something else, maybe a sentiment or something at some point. And this piece should then go the other way, I think. Yeah, should fit perfectly in there. Now I am going to ink the edge of this, just so that if any of it can be seen, it won't be plain, just stark white. Let's get some colour on there. And this is just a scrap piece that I had that I'd never used, so I'm using it here for this. But any thick card, the thickest card that you have, or you could use a layer of cereal box, maybe something like that in here, and it just gives enough room between your front and your image when that gets stuck on, for your shaker pieces to shake nicely in there. So yeah, so let's get this stuck down. Now obviously I'm going to be careful not to get any glue on my window. Yeah, I am going to be very careful to do that. I might do a double-sided tape around the edges and glossy accents around here. Yeah, because I don't want to use the sticky tape on this layer, because when we put our little shaker pieces in there, if we have any tiny little bit of sticky coming out over here, and the sticky tape will stay sticky, the shaker pieces will just stick to it. That's why I don't use sticky tape in any situation where things are going to be moving, because they just get stuck. Okay, So I'm going to get this stuck down. Okay, so that looks pretty good. Awesome. So you can see back here, we just have that little lip to give us that wiggle room for our things to just shake nicely inside. Okay, just a little trick. Maybe you have seen it before, maybe you haven't, but very useful. Okay, so I'm going to get this trimmed out. And the next thing we need to do, we need to get our image positioned on our backing piece, ready to be glued into place. Okay, so what do I want on the back of this? Let's have something fun. And I have a choice of two here. Now this one is printed on cardstock and this one is printed on paper, so I'm just wondering, would I be better off keeping it on paper because of the bulk that's already there with that? I think we might be better off doing that. I think that would be awesome. Yeah, we'll do that. Okay. So I love this page from Rachel, isn't it fab? Love it. So we need to get our Santa positioned on there in such a way that we'll be able to get our card adhered nicely to it as well. So I'm going to leave a bit of a border, get my Santa into place there. This can go aside and the glossy accents can be drying away there while we're doing the rest of this. I'm just going to mark the position for this, just give myself some little register marks here. None of this will be seen anyway. And we can get this glued in. Now, it did buckle a little bit, but I think it'll be okay once we get it glued onto the other piece. Just let me get a card here to smooth that a little bit. Okay, I should have used the Yes Paste. If you're not aware of Yes Paste, it is amazing glue. I love it. It is a water-based glue, but it does not warp your papers. It is absolutely amazing. It's messy to work with, but it cleans up nicely with water, and it doesn't warp your papers. I love it. Okay, so I'm going to get some glue on all of this and get that stuck down there. Oh, you guys spotted the mistake yet? I have. Oh my word, what am I doing? No. Is it salvageable, do you think? Oh my lord. This is like absolutely ridiculous. I'm so annoyed with myself right now. Do as I say, not as I do. Make sure you put your sparkles and things in before you put on your backing. Oh my word. Okay, I'm going to just about get away with that. Going to leave that sit and dry while I go and take some time out to reflect on my actions. Okay, I'll be back to you guys very shortly. Okay, so I have gone back on myself. I have found another Santa image. Not quite as fun as the Santa on a bicycle, because I did destroy that one, but he will still look very cool in there. Okay, so the next thing I need to do is not stick this down. I need to get some sparkly bits in there. Okay, so I have some sequins here. It's a Christmas sequin mix. I've had this in my stash for so very long. I mean, a patch of sequins goes such a long way, doesn't it? Especially when you're like me and you rarely actually use them. But here we go. So they're a nice little mix of silver and gold and red. So I'm going to get some of those in there. Now I'm going to go through and take out the bigger ones. So we have some really large ones like that square there. I'm going to take those out. I think they're just a little bit too big for what we're doing here. Okay, and now we can get our piece stuck down. Second time lucky. Just going to get those spread a little bit more. I actually probably will take some of those out. Just those, let's see. Less is more, I think, in these cases. Okay. And we're going to get this stuck down at the right stage this time. So I'm going to get my glue all around the edges and all the rest of that, and I will get that stuck in place. Okay, gonna get it trimmed out and inked up. Okay, so we've gotten it all glued down at the back, and I've done some little bit of extra decor. I have put the recipe for the Christmas fruitcake so that you don't forget it for Santa, and just a little bit of lace and one of the bows from the kit. I'm not sure what page this is from, but there are lots of bows in the kit anyway, so yeah. So I wanted to keep it relatively simple on the back. I wanted the focus to be all on the front. And for the last finishing touch, we have a little bow that I'm going to put down here. I really wanted to put a little jingle bell on this as well, so that when you shake it, to get the shaker going, which does work, by the way, the bell would jingle as well. But I know where I want to put this in the journal now, so it won't work that way. So it wouldn't work with the jingle bell in the center like that. So yeah, I'm just not going to put it on. Let's get our little bow stuck down. Just here. Et voila! I think that is adorable, and that just came from using one of the scrap pieces that we had left over from one of the other projects. A journaling card that I hadn't used yet as well, one of the small little ones, some of the other ephemera pieces that I hadn't used, a scrap of lace, literally a scrap of lace. This was a cut off piece of one of the backing pages, not a scrap as such, but you know, it had been cut into, so it wasn't a full page. So yeah, a nice little project came out of all those little bits and pieces that we had, along with the other ones that we had from yesterday. So I thought that would look very sweet in behind our belly band. Okay, so guys, that is it for the makes for today, and that is it for the A to Z collaboration, the A to Z Christmas challenge, which is really sad, but it has been a triumph, and I'm sure we'll be back next year. We've done it 2 years in a row now. This is my first year hosting with Rachel, co-hosting with Rachel. And I thoroughly enjoyed it. I thoroughly enjoyed being able to help all of you guys as well, anyone who had questions and things like that. Thoroughly enjoyed the interaction with all of you. And again, I want to say thank you so much for your support, your love, your crafting along, the fun we've had along the way. It has been amazing. Don't forget to go over and get your freebies. Don't forget that if you want to be in with the chance to win the prizes, they will be drawn next week. You do need to be subscribed, like all of the A to Z collaborator videos, so subscribe to their channels and put a comment on each video as well. So if you need to go back and make sure that you've done all that on all of the videos, the link tree will be below my video here, but I also have a playlist on my channel where you'll be able to see all of the videos in there, as well as the bonus videos and things like that as well. Okay, it's a sad farewell. I'll be back again next week. But it just feels like the end of something. Okay guys, have a fantastic Christmas season. Like I said, I will see you before that anyway, but it just feels like Christmas is nearly over now. It's so silly. So have a fantastic week, you guys, and I will talk to you all very, very soon in the next video. Bye-bye.